Leicester City's championship lead was 12 points at 9:30 last Friday night, but 3 quick-fire Leeds goals brought that down to 6, meaning the Foxes have lost their last 2. Just 2 of today's 11 in Enzo Maresca's FA Cup progression win over Bournemouth in midweek. He's rung the changes, he's changed 9. Fatawu, the goal scorer, starts. Patson Daka is on the goal hunt for the Foxes. Chowdhury and Pratt, incidentally, are those 2 that survive. Good news for Leicester fans, Vardy's on the bench. As for QPR, well, they've won 3 and 4. Chair and Dykes are on shift today, but it's a tall order. The Foxes were running away with the championship. QPR looking over their shoulders. As the managers meet, pleasantries for now. See how it pans out. Ben Nelson, one of the defensive changes, comes in for Vestergaard. Has to try and build with a bit of patience. Daka, a high foot. Referee not overly interested and forces a save out of Begovic. Plenty looking to referee Davis for a high foot from Patson Daka. Scored 3 and 4. Well, he actually kept his foot relatively low, in fairness to him. He's done a tremendous job, Enzo Maresca. Still work to do, though, to get Leicester City back to the promised land. It's a very possession-based game from Pep's former right-hand man in Maresca. And then they try and be devastating at the end. That's whistled wide. Dewsbury Hall thought he was poking home for number 11 of the season. It's a delicious ball. We've got to give huge credit to the defending. Power with it. Just getting in front of Dewsbury Hall, an excellent body position. That was a tap-in. It's a good delivery, but headed clear by the visitors. That's ambitious. It's wide. And that's what a bit of confidence does for you. He scored a beauty in the FA Cup in midweek against Bournemouth. And Fatawu here, well, it's ambitious. The Leicester fans will love the trier. See if Fuentes, I think, is going to be relatively happy defensively with what Queen's Park Rangers have offered thus far. And they will create, they have players to create, but whether Leicester City give them opportunity to do so. In fact, there might be an opportunity for QPR to create here. If this goes square to Chair, he's got a tap-in. And a tap-in he has. Queen's Park Rangers have the lead, and Leicester's defence is at 6s and 7s. Elias Chair with the finish. His 5th of the season. 2 in his last 3. He's been in the assists as well. But the Leicester City defence here, in between left-back and centre-half, faces nowhere, and Lyndon Dykes just says thank you very much on a plate or a chair. And Queen's Park Rangers have an unexpected lead, but a lead they will be delighted with at the break. And you've got Jamie Vardy on the bench. You've always got options and possibilities. Albrighton there for Leicester as well, if Enzo Maresca looked to him. He's a patient individual, is Maresca. He wants his team to bite, but be patient with it, that's for sure. Greasy surface wins the visitors a free kick, a foul on Sam Field. Patson Daka with a striker's tackle. Dykes with an assist. Armstrong on. He'll provide a threat. Another high defensive Leicester City line here. Headed square, and where's it going to break? Into the back of the net for a second! Queen's Park Rangers are 2 ahead at the King Power. It's the substitute Armstrong with a rocket. I don't think Maresca's going to be overly pleased with the defending here again. Headed square by Jimmy Dunn. Field just holds off the tackle, and it's blasted into the back of the net for QPR's second. Not a great deal goalkeeper Hermansen could do about that, but defensively, a free header at the back post. Not the kind of defending that the league leaders will want to report post-match. QPR delighted. They're 2-0 to the good. Direct instructions from Cifuentes. Can Leicester get one back? Can they get possession? They're in a bit of a pickle here, because if they're not careful, QPR will go hunting for a third. Winks. Is that a foul on Winks? It is. It was a little late. Former Spurs man looked like he was about to ask a few questions of goalkeeper Begovic. If all else fails, ask Jamie Vardy for help. The Foxes' greatest of all time. Dewsbury Hall, it's a good save, he's parried, is he put in? It is! They've got one back, the Foxes here. It's the youngster, Ben Nelson. His first home league start, a 19-year-old. A predatory response, in fairness to him. He didn't catch it clean, but it ends up in the back of the net, and the Foxes have got one back. It's a well-worked free kick, isn't it? Dewsbury Hall whipping it round. Nelson, centre-half, did what he could, got what he could on it. Ponder and thought for Maresca. Now Mavadida. He's got tricks. That one's not in the book. Losing possession. Just in trying to get him out of trouble. Nelson, it's a bit of a heavy touch, it's a heavy tackle. The referee plays on, but it's 2-on-1 here. It's 2-on-1, and it's probably going to be 3-1. Is it 3-1? It's wide. It should have been. Ilias Chair should have had his second, no doubt. A yellow card for Nelson, I'm not surprised given the tackle. Referee played a good advantage, Andy Davis. But Chair from here really should have hit the target. Still hold the lead though, Queen's Park Rangers here. It's just a heavy touch from Nelson, isn't it? There might be a bit of panic in some of those fans. Remember, last Friday night when it was going well against Leeds, they were 12 points clear. Winning the game, they lost it. They need to get an equaliser here. It does break. Is this the equaliser? It's clear. It's a snapshot. Is there time to return the ball with a bit of quality for Leicester here as they're heading for the exits? Chowdhury. Mavadidi. Needs quality. Goes over. Wants a free kick or penalty. Referee is not interested. And this, again, could be 3. Leicester committing bodies forward. No. Quite understandably. Into the corner goes Armstrong. And there is the full-time whistle and some frustrated boo, shall we say, for Enzo Maresca's Leicester. Cifuentes is delighted and QPR fans jubilant. Ilias Chair with the first, and a huge stutter now for Leicester City. That's 3 defeats in 3. I don't think they can have too many complaints either. Armstrong with the second, adding to Chair's opener, and it was a rocket. Nelson got one back, the youngster, 19-year-old. Thought he'd got the Foxes a lifeline, but they strike me as players that are asking themselves, what's going on here? The Foxes' lead in first is cut down to 3. It's quite a fall from grace for Leicester at the moment, but Queen's Park Rangers overjoyed. They fully deserve their 3 points today. It's finished, Leicester City 1, Queen's Park Rangers 2.